Good morning, traders. Welcome to this currency strength indicator table video with me, John, on this Wednesday, the 25th of October. So we're coming up, obviously, this is the end of the week, really. We've got 2 days, Monday, Tuesday at the end of the month. So heading towards the end of this week, and New Zealand Swiss still on our trend traders top end. You can see that Kiwi has fell away from the top spot though, and we actually saw the New Zealand dollar strengthen quite a bit yesterday, but we also did see euro and pound also drop value quite aggressively, and pound is now on the weak side of the table. If we go back to yesterday, Tuesday the 24th of October, we can see that the pound was on the strong side, euro was on the strong side, and that's why we were looking for Euro Kiwi longs. That has been stopped out, so I'm going to look at that again though, because what I want to do is actually just bring over the Discord channel, and if we go into Pro Markets dashboard, you can see that if I highlight today, look at the euro complex here, we're actually starting to see some buying momentum coming into the euro again. So was that just a little bit of a sort of pullback to the sort of momentum that we did see recently in the euro, and are we starting to see that sort of bullishness come back? Potentially, you can see here from the columns here, we've got the 6-month momentum here, and we can see that that is also showing us to be bullish there. So euro Oz up a little bit, euro Kiwi up a little bit there, euro pound looking strong as well. So I like the idea of still being long euro. It's not featured on the tables at all, so there is that to think about as well. But we'll go flick over to euro Kiwi as we are back into a support point. So as long as this Kiwi weakness can remain, it's still something that I still quite like the look of. CAD is something as well that we did discuss. I said that CAD could be one to watch. It was at W3s, it's now coming in at W1. So we're going to take a look at some CAD pairs today. Pound as well coming onto the tables here. So let's flick over to the charts and back over on MetaTrader, just to kind of give you the lowdown. You can see in the top corner as well, chart partner is back up here, so just making it a little bit easier. Instead of me trying to chop and change between the two charts, I'm just going to leave it on this one. But euro Kiwis looking really interesting. Now obviously we took a long position. If I just go down to the hourly chart, we took a long position looking to see if price can rebound and push back to the upside. It did initially do that, but since then we obviously broke back below that 50 MA. I don't like it when price breaks back below the 50 MA. The reason being is because if I show you here, if we stay above the 50, price can actually continue to push higher. We're now below the 50. The thing that I do like, if I go to the 30-minute time frame, you can kind of sometimes get a little bit of an earlier push into the move. If I just grab a pen tool here, I can show you what happens when we do get that breach back above the 50. Sometimes we can stay below it, we breach back above it, price can rally, breach back above it, price rallies, breach back above it, price rallied. So I'm watching this area here now. The reason why I'm watching it, obviously the dashboard is telling me that the euro is gaining momentum. If we look at the daily chart, we can see that price has actually come back into those previous small highs there that formed back on the 18th of September, and we are back there. So could we see price push once more? Looking at the weekly chart as well, this is the main reason why I liked the idea of being bullish, is because we had a really strong bullish week last week, and I was looking to see if that momentum would continue into this week up towards the 1.84 level. And I was looking to see basically, can we reach that level once more? So if we do get some kind of change of trend here on the 30-minute time frame, it could mean that price is moving to the upside. What do I mean by change of trend? Well, we can see that the market is trending to the downside. It's making lower highs here. Price has rallied, and now we're back towards this high. I think if we get a break and close above this previous swing high here, we could potentially look to go long, with the idea of targeting this previous structure high and then see if there's a potential continuation after the fact. So I'm actually going to watch the half an hour chart here, probably go and watch it at 11 because it doesn't look like we're going to get that close now. But at 11, if we see price has broken through this range here, I'm going to look to enter another long position here, targeting these previous highs. Going on to New Zealand US dollar then, I actually really like Kiwi dollar for a short, to be honest, right where price is at this moment in time. I think we could probably get a daily candle short here at the moment. 4 hour is broken to the downside. I was watching the hourly. We broke back below the 50 MA because I was thinking of getting short here. Haven't done that yet. Obviously, price is starting to push lower, but I do like this daily chart setup. We've traded through key areas of support, being this 58.75 handle, which are almost these range lows that had developed. We've come back into it. Yesterday's close really had me interested because we've had like a wick up and a close down there, so that made me think that this Kiwi weakness could remain and that we could look for a bit of further downside at this point. So there could be an option here to get short on Kiwi dollar. I'd be looking to target this 57.50 area. So let's say we got short around about where price is at now, 58.28. I'd have a 50 pip stop loss and look for a potential 75 pip target through there. So just a little bit better than 1-to-1 at that point. But I do quite like the idea of looking for that short on this particular market. Looking at the sort of 8 hour as well, you can see we're failing to kind of trade any higher. The hourly is looking pretty good as well. We did actually get some stochastic divergence up here. You can see prices making higher highs, stochastic making lower highs. At that point, price moved to the downside, it came back, it retested overnight, and now we're starting to see a bit more bearishness coming into this market. The alternative would be wait for price to see if it can come back to the highs. If it can, this would be another great area to look for a short. I just don't know whether we're going to get that now because obviously the daily's already kind of been up there and tested it. But I do quite like Kiwi dollar for a short trade. So Euro Kiwi, Kiwi dollar looking pretty good. Obviously the only difference here is that Euro was actually not on the tables, whereas the US dollar technically is. So Kiwi dollar may be a little bit better. What I would say about that though is on the slate today we have got lots of US dollar data coming out. We've got building permits, new home sales, and we've got the Federal Reserve Chairman Powell speaking today. In other news, we've got the BOC interest rate decision as well. So that's obviously going to impact CAD. So if I flick over to those CAD pairs now, where we could look at potential opportunities, CAD Swiss, for instance, is at range low, at support. So not too fussed about this market now. You can see we've come back all the way into these lows here. I don't really want to sell into lows, right? I want to sell when price is at the highs. So nothing for us there. Dollar CAD could be interesting. Obviously, it's telling us that dollar CAD, you should be looking for long opportunities. My only fear here is, again, we're at these previous highs. I like the idea of one spot 38.50 being targets. I don't like the idea of looking for that long right now. I think if we're going to look for something, maybe I'll wait for a bit of a pullback first, maybe another retest of 137.50. So maybe I'll just pop an alert there just to see how price comes back to that. Same with Aussie CAD, really. Aussie CAD is suggesting that we look for some longs. We're at previous highs right now. So again, I want to see price close out of this range, close out of this trend line resistance as well. Then it opens the door for a bit of a move. The only other pair I really like then is Pound Aussie. Obviously, we rejected up at this 193 handle. If I just bring back in the tables, you'll see that pound is a weak currency. Aussie on the stronger side of things there, almost topping the day trade. Well, is topping the day traders as a strong currency. It just doesn't have any confluence from the trend trader side of things. But if I flick back over to those charts, you can see that the daily had a really strong bearish close here. We can also see some slight divergence between price and the stochastic. We've got a higher high, lower high here, strong bearish close. We've breached a trend line support as well. So even if we shorted the daily chart with stops above the highs, we could look to potentially see if this would break lower. We've got like a daily sort of trend building up here. I like the idea of targeting 185 25. If I go to the weekly chart, nice breach of weekly lows as well, potential to try and target these weekly lows. So yeah, I do quite like the idea of this. I am watching the hourly chart at the moment because we've had a very aggressive move down overnight. That was the Oz data that we had overnight. Price has come all the way back up, but very slowly, and I was watching the stochastic here to see if we got any kind of flip between the K and the D to look for a short there. But I do quite like this, you know, and like I said, the daily chart could offer us a little bit of an entry in terms of we could look to sort of enter the previous day's low, stop at 234 pips. The only problem with that is we're negative R down to this support, so we'd have to target the next support down here, which I think is something that we possibly could do in that sense. But the two favourite charts at the moment, Euro, Kiwi, Kiwi, US dollar, I think that this one has some room to go. Although we do have lots of data out today for the US, there could still be some potential downside in this market. Pound Aussie I really like as well. So thanks for watching the video update. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.